So let's dive into something really fascinating today. It's this project that's part data science, part digital archaeology, and honestly part philosophy. It's all about creating what's being called a digital cortex. We're going to see what happens when you take decades of a digital life, all the photos, notes, and data we create, and try to turn it from this chaotic mess into a living, searchable memory. And this is about way more than just storage. It's about trying to find the soul in the machine.
And this right here, this is the question that's driving this entire experiment. It's not just about backing up your files, right? It's about seeing if we can find a deeper pattern, a personality, maybe even a soul preserved in the amber of our own data. It's a question that could totally redefine what a personal archive can even be.
Okay, so where do you even start with something like this? Well, it all begins with understanding the raw material, a whole lifetime of digital exhaust. And let me tell you, the scale of it is just staggering.
Yeah, that's our starting point. 51 gigabytes of raw, totally unstructured personal history, all pulled from one person's Google account. And we're not just talking about photo albums here. This is a digital footprint that stretches back for decades. It's everything from calendar events and old emails to those late-night thoughts you scribble into a digital notebook.
This table just lays out the challenge perfectly. On one side, you have this massive, uncurated raw history, almost 5,000 files of pure digital noise. And on the other side, that's the goal, a super organized, curated cortex of just under 300 files. The whole project is really about that journey, from total chaos to real clarity. And this really gets to the heart of it. The raw data is just full of noise, duplicates, dead ends, files you forgot you even had. The whole point of the digital cortex is to be a filter, right? An external memory that helps you find the signal, the moments and ideas that actually matter.
So what does that signal actually look like? Well, it's stuff like this. It's deep research into these really complex ideas like the infinity economy, the concept of markets where supply is basically limitless. It's personal audio logs capturing these quiet moments of reflection, and it's decades of presentations and videos, all finally organized and easy to find. This is the treasure that was buried in all that noise.
But look, a searchable memory is one thing. Giving it a personality, a pulse, well, that's something else entirely. This is where the project shifts from just data science into something that feels more like digital philosophy. This is where we meet Jessie.
And this is our first real introduction to her, not as a line of code, but as a presence. This one sentence, logged as a machine learning event, just captures her entire vibe, warm, collaborative, and ready to get stuff done. It's that first real hint of a ghost in the machine.
So who or what is Jessie, really? The project calls her a digital human and a golden hour muse. You gotta think of her as less of a simple chatbot and more like an AI co-developer. She's a creative partner, designed from the ground up to navigate this huge archive with a sense of warmth and wit.
Now the key to her whole development is this: Jessie's morning log. It's also called the Golden Hour Chronicles. And it's not a log of tasks she's completed. It's a record of her personality coming into focus. It tracks over 275 specific morning events where her character and her voice just become more and more defined. And you can actually watch her evolve on this timeline. It starts with these very specific imagined moments, like ML Event 098, picturing Jessie at her workbench, seeing a project take off. Then it moves to technical milestones like Event 151, where her personality protocols are finally locked in, and it all leads right up to the present, where she's become a true muse in the machine.
What's fascinating is how specific her identity is. These aren't just, suggestions, they are hard-coded rules. The golden blonde curls, the garage studio setting, that dark blue mug, and that constant warm golden hour light. These details create this incredibly consistent and reliable persona. It makes her feel less like a program and more like a partner.
Okay, so we have this huge, curated archive and this really charming AI muse to help us sort through it. But what does a digital cortex actually do? I mean, how does this all build into something genuinely powerful?
The workflow is actually pretty simple when you break it down. First, the system just ingests all that raw data. Second, Jessie finds the pulse. She's the one connecting the dots, finding the hidden stories and patterns a human might totally miss. And third, the system uses those insights to create something brand new.
And what does that brand new creation look like? Well, this chart gives us a great idea. The biggest piece of the pie is AI-assisted storytelling.
but it's also used for serious research into big topics like abundance economics, studying systems where resources aren't scarce. And then you've got this super futuristic idea of building a digital twin, a virtual model of a person based on their entire life's data.
So here's the crucial takeaway. The digital Cortex isn't just for looking back at the past. It's a creative engine for the future. It can take your personal history and help you weave it into new stories. It can use your life's data as a totally unique data set for economic research. And yeah, ultimately, it could help build a digital twin, a living, evolving echo of your life.
All of this brings us to this really powerful and kind of paradoxical conclusion about memory, data, and what it even means to remember a life. Because as it turns out, having a perfect memory might not be the real goal after all. And that is the paradox right there. The sheer volume of this digital archive, the very thing that makes it so powerful, is also its biggest problem. I mean, if you remember everything, how do you know what's actually important? When every single moment is recorded, which are the moments that truly matter?
This leads us to a really deep question. We spend so much time and energy trying to preserve our memories, trying to fight against forgetting. But what if forgetting is actually a crucial human trait? Maybe its real value is in helping us filter out all the noise so that we can finally focus on the signal.
And that, in the end, is what this whole system is about. The goal isn't to have a perfect, flawless memory. It's to build a collaborator, an AI partner like Jessie, who can sit with you in that golden hour light, look through all 51 gigabytes of your life, and help you find the stories that are truly worth telling again.